Let's do an unboxing. I wonder what I got. Hey, how you doing today? I don't know if you can see my head or not. Maybe. But I figured I've got all these parts here I've got in. It's spring, or getting on to be spring. And so I'm going to be starting to work on the Beetle more. I don't have a garage right now, so I haven't been working over the winter because it's been bloody cold. So I've been doing stuff here and there on warm weekends and days off, and now it's starting to get warmer. Days are getting longer and lighter, so I have time to work on some of this stuff. So I've got some mail call, like Duckman, mail call Friday here. It's actually Friday. And the first thing is I know exactly what this is, but you guys will probably want to see this. If I can get in here easily. The cat thinks it's dinner time, and so you'll hear her complaining periodically that I'm not feeding her. She's well fed, extremely well fed. All right, and this is from my friend Slade. I think he's Slades Beetles on YouTube, and this is going to be cool. This is the original square head or square top fuel pump for my 71 Beetle, and this is the rebuildable type, although he said it's probably working just fine. It's a little bit greasy. I don't want to get my finger in there right now, but they also have rebuild kits for this so that I can rebuild it. This is Mexican. It's not from that company in England or wherever that made them on the little bit older ones, but the Mexican one is made to that spec or a little bit differently. I'm probably talking about him butt here because I don't know for sure, but he thinks it works and will work just fine. That's the original fuel pump that came on the 71. So I'm going to stick that back in there. Next one is no idea. I have no idea what's in this box. So I'll be surprised along with you. I'm going to cut it by myself. Ah! I know exactly what this is too. Didn't know where it was coming from. But I've ordered this from someone on the Samba. If you don't know what that is, it's very, very well packaged. They did a good job. This is a reproduction Hella red lens for, well, one of these. Let me go get it. Well, I can't find it. It's around, but it's the reverse light from a earlier Beetle with a white lens or clear lens, and I'm going to put a red in it and put that on the back of the car as kind of a third brake light. Just something I've wanted for a long time, so I'm going to do that. This is super cool, and this is from this fellow, which everyone should be aware of. If you do anything with air-cooled Volkswagens, he's the man. Tim will hook you up. And this is very well packed also, which is essentially now a new, I'm trying to stall, I'm trying to talk and unwrap at the same time. Anyway, he rebuilds carburetors. and not just rebuilds, he pretty much remanufactures carburetors. This is an original Solex 34 Pick 3. New gaskets, new bushings, everything in here has gone through. New butterflies, the whole deal. And it's like new. And I've been having some fuel problems, and I got tired of messing and monkeying around with everything, so I just bought one. Everyone I've talked to says they're just well worth the money. You should definitely get one of his remanufactured, that's what I'm going to call it, a remanufactured carburetor rather than rebuilt, because it's gone through and everything is redone. New choke, new accelerator pump, diaphragm, the new fuel cutoff. This has the threaded inserted barbed. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's got the barbed fuel inlets. Your fuel hose doesn't spew off there. He also asks you, what elevation you live, and what kind of engine, what size engine you have, and a lot of other details so that he gets the carburetor right for you. I'm assuming he checks the jetting and everything as well to make sure that that's all done properly. Next box. I'm really excited about the carburetor though. I might even put it on the engine before I do anything else, just to try it out. Something I've also wanted to do for a long time. The Pertronix ignition. This is a breakerless ignition from my distributor, an 034 distributor, and the flamethrower coil, which is recommended to go along with that. So I've already got a reconditioned distributor, but I don't want to mess with points too much. It's kind of the part of the fun of the car, I guess, but if we can go breakerless and have an electronic ignition, why not? And everyone says they run smoother, idle better, everything's just better. And the deal on these though is you get to hook it up backwards once, and then it fries it. So we're going to try really hard not to hook that up backwards when we do put that on the engine. Let's see. Speaking of the engine, we've got our next box here, our next candidate. I also know what's exactly in this box because it's heavy. But something I'm planning on doing when I pull the engine out and everything is I'm going to rebuild the top end. And I've already got 1641 pistons and jugs for that. The bottom end's okay. I'm just going to do this right now. You can yell at me in the comments if you want. But I'm going to put a new top end on it, and I thought about getting my original heads redone, but I found an amazing deal on some new heads. And these are heavy. These are empty, and I know I'm going to get some flack for that. Empty's crap, empty's crap. I've seen several interviews now with the new CEO of Empy talking about their quality and what they're trying to do, and parts that if they wouldn't use them on their cars, they're not going to sell them. And these are, I think they're the GTV2 head, which is basically the stock head. This is 85.5, but it's got the 42 millimeter intake and 35 millimeter exhaust, and the smaller spark plug with a little bit deeper throw in it, so it doesn't it's not as close to the valves as the stock heads. Also the ports are opened up quite a bit. the intake and exhaust on here. They've got a lot bigger throat to them, and they're portable. Portable, and you can carry it. No, you can actually do that, ream that out a little bit more and get a little bit more out of it. And they've got the stainless steel valves. I'm not going to ream them out. I'm not going to polish or anything right now, but I've got them, and I'm just going to put them on with what I've got. One thing I found interesting, and I didn't know that, these don't come with rockers or anything. You've got to use your other rockers, so I'll go through those too. And you do have to put in all the studs. So there's some self-assembly. It's probably for shipping, because it looks like there's no way they would ship with that stuff installed. So I'm really excited about those. It's supposed to be better cooling, better performance, and probably, in my case, I guess some better mileage as well, because my engine's not so great. It's all right, but we're going to try and do better with it. So that's pretty cool. I think that's one of my favorite boxes in here. And again, yell at me in the comments if you think I'm doing things stupid. Make a good argument and I might change and do something completely different. Let's do something small here. No idea. Oh yeah. Also got the empty crank pulley, and I've also heard warnings, oh, don't use that, it's crap, it won't be any good for you. The crank pulley I have is crap. it's a little bit bent, and the timing marks are wrong on it. At least with this, I'll be able to tell where my timing is and get everything timed up properly once I get the engine back together. I got the black one though, because I want to keep some of the stock color, but like I said, I don't have the correct timing marks on the pulley I have, and so it's been kind of impossible to time in some instances. Another small bag here. I'm going to slice open a finger. Yep. Let's just tear this open. So those heads require lash caps. So I got some hardened lash caps. Some people say, oh, you don't need those. I don't know, said it was required. So for $8 we got some lash caps. It's probably because they, nope, can't even guess. I have no idea what it's for. But I'm gonna get them. Cat's wondering what's going on now. This is River Kitty. Bag one, bag two. Everything's been really well packaged so far. That's good. Oh, this is not a Volkswagen Beetle part. This is a Ford Explorer part. Maybe I'll do a video on that too. I have to tune up on my Explorer. Let's see. No idea. Y'all recognize that. I think in another video I showed you all the brake parts that I have. And these are actually from Kuhltek Motorwerks stainless steel brake lines. It was a little bit more than the standard kit, but I also understand the standard kits rust out after a while, especially inside the car, you know, where moisture is against them sometimes, and the steel of the body of the car along the tunnel there. So went ahead and went with stainless steel to alleviate some of that. They probably don't bend as easy as the other ones, I don't know. But that'll be fun to put in. I thought that's what was in this box. I have no idea what's in this box. Oh, that's another Ford part. Got some vents for my Ford, you know, window cover things, so that when you have the window open, rain and things that aren't going to get in. I do a lot of camping in the summer, sleep in the back of the car sometimes, so that will make that a lot nicer. I'm going to do a whole nother video on how I make up the Explorer into a camper. Another long box. Probably Amazon. Yep, this is wonderful. Look at this box. Look at the size of this box. Packing material. This was what's in the box. I'm going to go put these on in a minute. But these are struts for my back window on the Ford. In an outrageously large box. I know they only have a certain number of boxes and they all stack together. I understand that, but I think it's a terrible way to do things at Amazon. It probably saves them money, but it wastes a lot of cardboard. In my community, they say we have recycling. Not so sure. Again, big box for a small item. These I'm really looking forward to. I've wanted these since I was a kid. Because my tool drawer is always a mess. And I'm always having to dig through tons and tons of sockets to find the right size. And I'm so excited about this. Socket racks. And they go through a 1/4 inch to 1 inch in standards, and I've got 6 to 20 in metric, and I've got 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1/2 inch size, so that I can get them all together in my toolbox and organized. It will be bliss, and I'm very, very excited about that. That's going to be wonderful. Be able to get my tools in order, my sockets in order in my socket drawer. It's just an exploded mess, and I've got doubles of some, 12s and 10s and halves, and the real common sizes you always use, and don't know where some of the others are. In fact, I got a little bucket in my drawer that's got miscellaneous sockets, so I can still keep that. I can keep the extras, but I can put all the nice ones in the rack there. Okay. Another Amazon. Couple cool things in here. These are a triple square bit set, and the reason I got this is there's a couple triple squares on the Beetle. There's some on the axles that you need to. You can get those off with a hex, but it's so much better to have a nice triple square. So I got a little triple square kit. My Ford has some. And I sometimes work on BMW bikes, and there's some on there too. So I know it's way too many. I really only need one. I could have gone down to O'Reilly's and got one bit for $8, or I think I got that whole kit for $12 shipped. So we're going with the $12 kit. These are for the Ford, not for the Beetle. I got some audio cables that I needed. This, I'm super excited about too. I saw someone using these online, and I was like, whoa! These are long reach ratchet wrenches, so that you can get deep behind the engine, or way behind you up underneath the car, or down underneath your engine in my Ford or other cars laying around. And they're ratcheting, so you don't have to keep pulling them off and trying to get in there. And they have a pretty thin outside to them also. Kind of expensive. I think these were $90 for the set, but I couldn't be more excited by them because they allow me to reach some places that these giant thick hands have trouble reaching. So that's a really cool thing. That's very exciting. Something fun to have in the tools. Couple more here. I don't know if you saw the logo on there. Everyone recognizes this. A couple things that I wanted to splurge and get the best I could get from Wolfsburg West. Some things I don't think it matters that much. Like brake lines, I mean they're brake lines. Maybe there's some variation. Maybe Wolfsburg makes better ones. Oh goodness, the peanut. But there's a couple things in here I really was looking forward to getting. We'll pull out the first one here. I don't know if all can see that. These are the outside window trim and window scrapers. Wolfsburg advertises these as highest German quality. I understand there aren't any great ones of these, but these are supposed to be the best. Because my original ones, the rubber is all shot. It's actually breaking off. I like having my arm hanging out the window during the day, you know, riding down the street, and it hurts. So I wanted to get some of these. So that's a set of the window scrapers. The other thing in here, and a few others, a couple boxes. I remember. I don't even know what this is. I don't remember everything I ordered. Oh, the chrome trim, the metal chrome trim, not the plastic, for around the front and rear windows. Put a piece of tape back on that. I see the tape. That's going to shoot open. I've got some paint work to do and some headliner work, and I've got the pop-out windows, if you watch the pop-out window video. And so it's one of those, you gotta pull the tape is not cooperating. There you go. You gotta pull the rear. I gotta pull the rear window out to to do some of the headliner work and to paint. I don't want to just mask it. I need to do some paint back there. And it's one of those, well, you need a new seal. So yeah, I'm just going to get the new seal and take care of that when I get there. Much overlooked item. There's a few in there. I don't think I want to open it up. Oh, there's some clips in there for the chrome in the channel. But this is the tube that's supposed to go on the accelerator cable from where it comes out of the tube, the tunnel to the engine. And a lot of people don't have that. They just have it open to the air, which is fine. It works. I'm just going for all the right stuff. We've got a trunk lid seal. The deck lid seal. That's for the engine compartment. This tube right here, I'll give you 3 seconds to guess. This is for the airbox drain underneath the hood. Wolfsburg West has it. This is not a fuel hose. This is breather tube, the original breather tube material. And I believe, oh, here we go. I don't want all these peanuts all over. We've got window seals, front and rear, with the channel for the trim. That's going to be an adventure. I decided to do the front, even though the front is well sealed. I know you can break your windshield doing that. We're going to try it. The reason being, there's some paint I have to do next to the front windshield. Not necessary to take it out to do it, but I want that chrome trim. Since I'm putting the pop-outs in, they're chrome. My Beetle was a base model, was not the deluxe. It didn't have the full carpet. It just had the rubber floor mats with the carpet in a few places. Didn't have the chrome trim. Didn't have chrome on the running boards either. But, oh, I got $3. Get some stuff to ship. It'll be good. I can use that. I didn't want that to be the only thing chrome on the car. All right, the rest of this is Wolfsburg West reproduction of the rear luggage space insulation, and it's got it's laminated. It's got like a tar board in the middle and kind of a wool felt on either side here. I've put sound deadening back there, and it's really made a huge difference on how quiet the car is. But don't get sound deadening confused with sound insulation and heat insulation. The sound deadening keeps the metal in the car from acting like a drum and resonating. So when you get vibrations, it doesn't vibrate through the steel and amplify even more. This actually insulates. It insulates from the sound. So road sound from the rear wheel well and from the cargo area back there. This actually insulates from that sound. So it also insulates from heat. Keeps engine heat out of the cab. So or cabin, and so in the summer it helps with that. But don't confuse sound deadening with sound insulation. They're different things. Okay. And I'll show you when we go to put that in what that means. Oh, another thing that's broken on my car is the turn signal switch. And I've heard some of these are crap and some are good, but this is the Wolfsburg West version that's supposed to be good. And I took mine apart one day. I don't remember if I posted a video on that or not. I think I did. And it was just broken up inside. So this actually will be that direction. The correct turn signal switch. This is kind of expensive, but I've seen them for like $30 from others, but I've heard that they're crap. So hopefully, Wolfsburg West says they make their own. Hopefully it's good. I think there's only one more thing in here. I can dump out all these peanuts. Tar board for the engine compartment. And we'll go through putting all that in too. You have to fold this a certain way, and you want to put it out in the sun to kind of heat it up and push your pins through it and everything else. So it goes on the proper way. I think the rest is nothing but peanuts in there. We'll use that box, store some of this in. Make a guess. I know you've seen that logo before. I don't think I'll open this all the way, but I want to open it and look at it. We've got new carpet from TMI, and I went with the salt and pepper and the loop because it looked the most like the original carpet that's in the front of the car. I'm not going to replace the original carpet. I'm going to re-glue it in. I did a crappy job when I glued it in. I'm going to put some insulation underneath it in a couple spots. But I got the original gray binding also. The carpet that I had in the car has an original gray binding around it, especially the carpet in the back. It's all sun damaged. I don't know what Volkswagen used originally. It doesn't look like the German square weave. It doesn't look like this. This has the closest color and texture to what's in there. It's more like a rubber carpet material that's in the Volkswagen. But this is a pretty close match, and it's going to be in the back of the car, in the back of the seat, and behind on the firewalls. And so I wanted that to look something like what was originally in there. Someday maybe I'll get some better carpeting material and put that in there. Two more things. We'll install these on shortly too when I redo the wheels on the car. I figured I'm going to paint the wheels the color of the car, paint them orange, that clementine orange. But I got some porta walls. I did not get the all white wall porta walls. I got the thin white wall. It's a 1971. Big fat white walls were out by then, unless you had a classic car and you wanted to look classic, look original. People were doing the thin white walls. I remember that was my job when my dad was washing the car. I got to clean the white walls. I probably have bleach poisoning from that. Werther's, Weller's, Walters, bleach white, something like that. That's what we used. And I know there are naysayers out there on the porta walls. They say, oh, they don't work. You can't get them to sit flat. They flop around. I've watched a ton of videos. Yes, I'm a YouTube certified technician now. People that do it the right way and actually get them to sit down in there and sit on the tire right, they actually do work for them. So we're going to try it. Normally these sell for about $79. I found them for $59 somewhere. I can tell you where. Maybe I'll put the link in there if you're interested in the description, if you're interested in those. And then the last thing. The VW Beetle roof rack. And there was actually just a thread online, and there's a couple threads on the Samba about these. Is the $170 or so reproduction roof rack any good? And it depends on your definition of any good. Does it look like the original? Kinda. Is it as good as the original? No. Does the wood suck? Yes. But if you put it together properly, bend things where they need to be bent the right way, and I've heard make new wood slats, or at least seal the wood slats that come in here better than they are, and they're down there. This could be a decent looking rack, and it's not going to fly off going down the highway. Installation instructions for a roof rack. It's all right there. The other thing is to buy some clear vinyl or even black fuel hose line if you want, and slice it down one side, put it over the feet that sit in the channel that won't rub your paint to death. That's what we're going to do. But I've always wanted a roof rack on a Beetle. I'm going to get a roof rack on a Beetle. And I've got some cool stuff. I'm going to be one of those guys with cool stuff on top of their Beetle and their rack when they pull up to the car show. So that's the stuff. We've got all these new goodies. There's a few more coming, but right now this is everything we're going to be putting on the Beetle this spring, as well as a completely gone through rebuilt transmission from a friend in Colorado. I'll put the link to his website on that video. I'm not going to do it right now, but his name is Mr. Gas. If you haven't seen him, he's up in just outside of Pueblo, Colorado. I think it's Canyon City, and supposed to be one of the best around here. Since it's so expensive to ship transmissions, you know, I didn't want to order a Rancho or some of the other big transmission companies just to save on shipping. And this guy's a local guy that we've talked for a while on social media, and he seems like a great guy. Comes highly recommended from customers of his, so we're gonna go with it. But that's it. Those are the boxes. That's the stuff. That's what's happening this spring. You can see maybe outside it's a beautiful sunny day, even though it's like 40 degrees today. I could be working outside, but I wanted to get through this video and just show you what's coming and what I'm planning on doing this spring. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video, share the video with your friends, and most importantly, please subscribe. I've got a whole total of, I think, 78 subscribers right now, and I'd like to have a few more. So if you like this kind of thing, if you like seeing parts come out of a box or being put on a car, some of my limited expertise on how to put together a Beetle, yeah, just share the video, like it, and subscribe yourself, and let people know about it. Thanks, and have a great day. We'll talk to you later.